All right, what's going on, everybody? My name's Laz, and thank you so much for tuning into the stream. It has been a hot minute since we've been able to get ourselves live here on the stream. But look, I'm really excited to be back. Going to be covering a game here for ESEA Maine here for North America. So we got ourselves a fun little matchup, and again, just kind of bringing people back to what's going on. I'm actually participating in the Next Big Caster Challenge initiative right now. So what that means is that essentially myself and a bunch of other community casters are having an opportunity to cast all levels of games here in ESEA. And right now I chose the game of Team 33 taking on Prey Gaming. And if we get to make it, or if I get to make it to that final voting, it's up to you, the community, for voting me to hopefully get a chance of a lifetime to work at EPL, or that chance to be there, would work with some of the most prestigious, talent we have in the scene. So absolutely be a thrill. Love to be there, but without further ado, we'll make sure we can get things underway here for the game pretty quickly. But like I said, we do have ourselves the matchup here for Prey Gaming right now, sitting at a decent record for themselves. They've pretty much put themselves in the position where they've only taken 2 losses so far this season, whereas Team 33, they're actually the ones that have done quite well for themselves. I mean, they're 13-0. They've solidified themselves, pretty much undefeated. This is like their last match of the regular season. So really to see if they can kind of take it the full sweep potentially, I don't know. But, really, really impressive. But when you kind of talk about the lineups and you kind of look at like who's on this team, like it's really no surprise, right? I mean, like for anybody that's kind of unfamiliar, this is, like Secret Agent, you have Taylor, Horizon, Cobra, you have Freakazoid, like, the list goes on. Like you do have like quite a few good players on this team. So definitely makes it pretty exciting. But when you kind of look things over here for Prey Gaming, I mean, again, a pretty cool team to see as well, just because they have done very well for themselves, like currently sitting that number 4 spot here for Maine. And like I said, I'm just pulling it up really quickly. Yeah, 2 losses. And honestly, they've only taken a loss to the Mother Lovers, and that was back in November 4th. And then they also took a loss like very, very early on in the season, which was in October 16th. And that was against the Demons as well. So that's, really it's just been them kind of on a winning streak as well. And the matchup is going to be on Dust 2, funny enough. So for this one, makes it exciting in the sense that both these teams actually haven't played Dust 2 for quite some time. The last time we saw it was actually a few weeks ago for both Team 33 and as well as for Prey Gaming. But look, let's bring it into the game. You don't have to look at my face anymore. You don't have to look any longer, but really appreciate you guys being here. Really excited. And like I said, it's a cool opportunity here for the EPL initiative. And I will apologize in advance with some janky production. We're going to see what we can do with it, but we'll make it work. We'll have fun with it, It's always a good time. And again, just kind of going back into the little bit of the grand scheme of things here, just quickly while we're still waiting. You can see the players are just kind of shooting around, just getting a quick little warm up as we're still getting a final players ready to go into this best of 1 format for anybody that's, very unfamiliar. But for the regular season, it is going to be a BO1, which, I think everybody has their own opinions about that. So it definitely creates a little bit more where you can kind of put everything on the line, whereas, a best of 3, you have to do quite well to kind of exert yourself, or make sure you don't overexert yourself, but we'll see. But both these teams, like I said, very, very experienced in both regards for both these teams. But, Team 33 is definitely the team to beat right now. I mean, these guys haven't taken a single loss this entire season. They've done very well for themselves and looking to get a clean sheet. And already now, like, they've pretty much guaranteed themselves, I believe, in the elite status and for the division. So they're doing quite well considering they've done that big jump from Maine all the way over that way. But again, just a quick little bit of stats just for you guys as well. So as FNT, that actually put himself in some pretty good stats for the last time they played Dust 2. He had a 17.21 RWS, which is really not too shabby at all. And then sitting with about 117 ADR. But I mean, a map like Dust 2, it does kind of, beg a lot of questions here, where it is probably one of the more forgiving maps in the pool. I would argue that there is some room that you can, you can get away with a little bit more of those individuals that are able to bring a lot of firepower into this. But, nonetheless, it's still a map that both these teams don't normally, I feel like, play officials a lot on. But again, it's a map where really, if, you know, I don't think it's going to be too much of a big sweat for this. I'm not really leaning it to be one way or the other. These things always take a long time. 2 minutes and then we're ready to go, folks. I have no idea what I picked for music here, but it's real soft, real nice as we get ready to go for battle. And again, you know, with like a map like this too, you know, like we said, it's definitely a map where, I mean, statistic wise, like I think it's like the slightest edge where like T rounds is like, you know, a 50.9 and we're talking a 49.1 for CT. So it really is just that close when we talk about it. So like I said, the way that both these teams have been playing, and more, you know, I've been kind of covering a little bit more of Team 33 this entire season. It definitely has been, you know, you could tell their aggressive style is definitely one of those things that I think could pan out really well for them on the T side. But especially with like players like Freakazoid, I mean, right, like historically a massive entry fragger, you know, the guy that just likes to play aggressive things like that. I mean, he's not playing in this game right now for whatever reason. The Stroll 4 up, but knife round's going to be done anyways. So a nice little bit of an opportunity here for Prey. All right, so Prey Gaming going to take that knife pretty easily. Now it's a choice of what they want to do. And like I said, honestly, I mean, I feel like you can take this a couple different ways, right? Like a lot of teams, sometimes they like to be on that CT side, and that's exactly what they're going to go for. Freakazoid finally makes it just in time, so that's pretty nice. And now we're going to get the pause. As you can see, there some of these guys got agent skins on, so yeah, you know, thankfully for them, they got the notification so they can just do a quick little restart, get things fixed. That's such a nice adjustment. I remember even when we first made that transition over, and you know, when CS2 came out and stuff like that, and with the Faceit League and, you know, ESEA combining together, like, I mean, it was, you always had to be so diligent in making sure you didn't have the wrong skins equipped. Otherwise, that was a bad time. Well, surely we're going to be ready to go here momentarily. You got everybody in the server, so now it's really just a matter of, you know, finally getting this thing going, but a little bit of delays here and there. Pretty, again, for anybody just kind of tuning in now and just kind of wondering what's going on, I mean, this is the #1 team in Maine for North America and taking on Prey right now, where they're sitting themselves in that 4th place. And again, you know, like even the placements aren't even a big sign of this too, right? I mean, you know, Prey took a couple losses here and there, but that honestly was like early on in the season, and then one more a little bit more, you know, recently. But nonetheless, it's really not much to break a sweat about. But it's so impressive to see like a team like 33 that they've really just kind of run over a lot of the competition. Some of the games have been close. Like I think we did see there was an overtime game just the other week or two ago, but they've been tested, but they've been able to win that, you know, that win column over and over again, 13 times to be exact. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. Finally, we're ready to get into the action. Seeing the readies, seeing the okays, everyone's saying, yeah, let's get it going. And now we can finally get this thing underway. I appreciate the patience. So Team 33 now going for the 3-man commit into the B site, as you can see, and having the 1-1 split. Bomb's going to make its way on the outskirts of B, but you got God here, and also, of course, you got Jakron kind of locking things down. Double player onto Cat, so a nice little bit of a setup here from the CTs, and Dan's in trying to find that shot, but it's actually going to be Dit that's able to get the first encounter. So now Taylor goes down early. Still kind of parking the brakes a little bit here, as you can see. Team 33 are not really overexerting anything. They're still kind of waiting things out. They do have the utility available. They got the double smoke and the double flashes here, both for Cobra and Secret Agent. So this is not a bad situation, and they might be able to sneak through mid. But the problem's going to be, though, they have to be able to use the smoke right away. Secret Agent has to get it thrown. Dit's going to go for the swing, and now he's spotted. And he's going for a fight, and he's able to find that other kill as well. And now look at how fast they just clear this. Now it's going to be a full stack into this. And now Cobra has to do something big. They need to be able to find this entry, and the P250's activated. A nice little bit of a one-tap. Why not? A little bit of a drive-by, but he can't seem to find the rest of these kills. And the CTs, they just eradicate him. I really like the fact that we see, you know, like, you know, Dit and also his teammate, I believe it was Danzin. They were the ones that kind of played aggressive Cat. Like, it was a nice little bit of a setup. A little bit risky in the sense that, you know, again, if we would have saw Team 33 kind of going for a bit of a swing from lower and top mid, that could have been a little bit problematic, but they had some really good intel. They were, you know, really banking on the fact that they knew what was going on here. So really good control in that situation. Team 33 just going to run up to mid. For Taylor is actually going to be able to get himself onto Catwalk right away. Jakron's actually taken a significant amount of damage. So, I mean, 13 HP remaining with the scout in hand. So, still got the rifle, sure, but now Dan's in. He's fully equipped up here. He's got the rifle in hand. Now he's been spotted, these players. A couple nice little tenderizing shots. And Team 33, I talked about their aggression. I talked about how fast they like to play. They're taking it slow. You can tell right now, too, in the sense for Team 33, they're really just kind of... It almost kind of feels like they're looking for the pick, right? They're kind of just defaulting. Again, they don't have a lot of investment into this. They have the Deagle still here for Taylor. They picked up the Scout, you know, for Secret Agent. So they are just kind of working around with what they can with limited resources, but... Now you can see that it's going to be Zorky that's able to find himself this one kill. Should be able to take down Freak, and now... Yeah, unfortunately for Freakazoid, this is going to be a troublesome position. He's got 17 HP, should be a dead man. Does pick himself one kill. Oh, okay, make it two. A little flashy in the pan, I like it. Getting himself some extra money, why not? But he's already got the pinch. He's got, you know, Dit that's pushing right behind him. And Freak, again, just kind of holding on to the Scout, just waiting to see what he can do. He's only got 20 seconds, so again, he's going to have to hit the most insane shot to create an opening if he wants. Here's Dit running for him. Does catch him on the side, but damage inflicted, but it's going to be only 2 kills away from that one. Honestly, not a bad round. Not a bad round at all, considering, you know, the limited resources we saw from Team 33. Leals, AK's got the scouts ready to go. Flash is going to get thrown. So now, oh my. Jaycron finds the first opening shot. Good flashes, but Secret Agent, he can't seem to capitalize on this kill. And Danzen actually surprisingly gets to keep his life intact for this. So now, Team 33 already losing a player so early on. And now Did again is able to find himself another big kill. These guys are dropping like flies, and you can see still the utilities available here for the T's. Now they're just trying to go for some spam damage, and Secret Agent does actually get it right at the last second. But it's costly of his HP. Double smokes and a flash available, so they could go for the connector smoke if they choose to, but they still have to worry about two other members. Danzen's got the op ready to go. The snipers just double sticks, double equipped, and now they put themselves in a 3-0, and Team 33, it's not looking overly convincing yet, but this is good performance so far from Prey. Danzen now looking for the mid pick. Full aggression into long, and Zorky's blind as a bat, but look at this, how does he get away with this? He's still surviving, and Jaycron's just been able to save the day. They could not capitalize on the timing. Team 33, I thought they were going to have that, like, split second or two to be able to kind of swarm into long like that, but the flashes look good, and they made full connections, but they just couldn't get the swing off. I think they were blind as well, but my oh my, Prey Gaming making a bit of a statement so far into this. A 4-0, and honestly, like we said, I mean, 3 alive, and now it's been kind of just increasing. It was a flawless round previously, which it probably shouldn't have been like that. Gun's gonna be up, though. And back to the double stack into middle. Danzen's equipped here onto Cat. He's got a good boost, and now he's going to be able to have himself maybe the field day. He has to just go for the swing back into lower. He just needs to be able to get his scope up, but he does actually kind of pull back on this. A little bit of hesitation, but a good little bit of a counter boost from Taylor. So it could have been risky, but again, they give away this boost now, and Jaycron just kind of wait things out. Utility not making full connections yet. Barely doing too much of a threat. Look at Freak, though. He's already pushed himself into CT spawn. Picks up an early duel. And that's taking down Dit, too. And again, he's a 5-2 player. He's actually been able to have some good multi-kill rounds. But look at Team 33. They're all just grouped up in mid. They're all just waiting into this. Gaudier is going to be the one that pushes into B tunnels, and now he finds a kill. It doesn't even matter that's not the bomb. He's got that information. Now Team 33, you can see, they're trying to go fast. And look at that. Double headshots come right through. We might just be able to see this first round for them unless we can see Zorky be able to find more kills like this. I mean, let's not forget, this was a 4-on-2. This is now turned to the 3-on-2. Still the advantage for Team 33. You have Danzen with the op. You have Zorky still equipped here with the Molotov and the smoke. And yeah, or the Molotov and the flash, I should say. And yeah, they're going to play this a lot more conservative. They should. They were kind of hoping there might have been a swing. But Team 33, again, you know, allowing Freakazoid to be the one that pushes through middle, just kind of, you know, disobeys door, kind of, you know, abandoning a little bit of the protocols, and he just gets aggressive, and he finds himself those duels, and it was needed. Gets himself that double kill in this round.
Terrorists win.
I really actually do like this from Team 33. I like the fact that they're actually calling the timeout right away. I mean, look, we're talking about a 4-1. They finally get themselves their first round. I think this is smart because, again, despite them winning the round the way they did, I mean, the money is, you know, still floating pretty nicely for them considering, but they have to be able to figure out a new game plan. What do they want to do a little bit differently? And what we're kind of seeing from the CT sides is I like this double player onto Cat. Like, they're really playing this well. Very basic, but again, it's really just good execution of it. Like, we're seeing the boosts into lower. We're seeing that, you know, aggression into like deep Cat where they're kind of swinging from mid and lower B. So a lot of really nice things that they're doing. Like I said, the basic fundamentals, but it's lining up nicely for them. Smoke going to be thrown for long. So that long control should be up for grabs here for the CT side, and indeed it is. Team 33, though. Slowly and surely just trying to take this control. Pushing through mid, and again, just getting that lower B control. So now, is Freakazoid really just going to walk through this again? There's no way. Oh man, they're going to pop flash this. He's going to run on in. Trying to find that duel, and he does succeed on it. So now you have the double player in B. Jaycron getting pushed off here with the Molotov. I like this from Team 33, but now Dit, is he going to be able to find the timing on this? Molotov pushes him back just in the nick of time. Good utility work, and look at that. Even Horizon swings off of it, faking the shots, and Danson still gets away with this kill. He finds two! I just can't believe he even found that. There's no way he should have been able to do this, but nonetheless, Gaudier has now made his presence known. It's turned into a little bit of a one-tapping duel. It's a little greasy, it's a little ugly. A big swing, and Cobra gets the nail to the coffin, but man, oh man, Danson, he put himself up with a triple kill, which really put that round in kind of the abyss. We didn't know where that was going to go. Big investment here from the CT side. Double ops. As you can see, Danzen and also for Kron. Danzen again, just man, he's just popping off. Sitting himself at a 10-1 score line. The ops are just becoming the playmakers, right? I mean, they're starting to create a lot of space. And I can't even get to these guys fast enough. They're all just dying. They're just dropping like flies. And now you're leaving it up to Cobra and Secret Agent. Not really playing together. Bomb's going to be dropped. This is a gimme round. Cobra is a dead man walking, and Prey Gaming, they take it with absolute ease. And again, I love this because when you see in a map like Dust 2, like that's where I was saying it's so great because there's so much versatile play you can do, right? You can double op. You don't have to op necessarily, and op is very strong on this, but the CT side, you have so many good rotates and aggressive positions you can play, even just playing back. But I love this. And I really do like the fact that they've, you know, we kind of see teams do this a little bit like later on in the game, but right now for a team like Prey, like right out the gate, they're performing super, super well. Team 33, this is, you know, for all the matches I've covered this season for them, I mean, like I said, this is where they're getting tested pretty hard, and it kind of feels like they're not fully sure what they want to do, right? They're doing the basic control of just clear out B tunnels, get that lower B, kind of sitting by Xbox, but it pretty much gets to that point, and now we're seeing these kind of like hero plays with like one pop flash and a swing and through mid. The long control hasn't really been that great thus far. I mean, they do have themselves like a decent, you know, 3-player B spawn onto this. You know, Horizon does have kind of the edge on it. But that bomb dropped right in the middle. Galil's now going to be complemented with the Tech 9 of Horizon. Freakazoid with a nice big opening duel. And that's again the aggression of Dit that, you know, is just trying to get to that long tunnel control if he could. I like this from Prey though, honestly. Like the fact that they're kind of just playing this, you know, a little bit mixed, and they're really just trying to keep them on their toes. They're trying to mix the playbook. Even Zorky right here. There's no reason he has to be doing this, but he's doing it anyways. So now Freakazoid's been able to find the double kills. This puts Danzen in a tight position here on Game Changer. He's going to have to be the Game Changer. He has to be able to find these kills. A Molotov lands right on his feet. He's still making shots, but it's only the one. And now we might be able to see Team 33 finding themselves a third round in this first half. But an aggression from Taylor, a little bit unreasonable. My God! Oh, that is nasty. This thing is completely turned around. It's into the 2v2 now. This post plant, both these players in the site. One on the ramp, one behind the box, but it's Cobra. Gives him a fresh haircut, and now Gaudier trying everything in his abilities, but he just can't do it. Man, oh man, the way this round just unfolded, the way that these shots happened, that is filthy. What a way to win a round. My goodness. Looking for the Xbox or the mid-door smoke. Double player onto Cat again, so we have Dit and Zorky. They're going to do this together. This time it's not going to be the op on this position. It's going to be the double rifles. Utility a little bit more lackluster here for the CT side. Now you can see Team 33, once again, they're kind of taking this, you know, lower B control. Zorky's going to get the paw flash. They're hoping to be able to find a duo quickly so they can get themselves the man advantage. Freakazoid trying to be the entry player that he is, and he does get the one and done. It's a good trade back here from Prey. But now you can see that Team 33, they have themselves control of this catwalk. And you have the, you know, the one anchor player in B. You have, you know, for JG, he's the one that's kind of just sitting in the back skirts and mid, and he finally gets that kill, and that's the bomb. And I don't know if he has that intel necessarily, but now with 40 seconds remaining, this is where they have to flush him out. They have to be able to use that one flash that's available for Horizon and push him back if possible, but he's actually going to take this quiet. And they're going to do this dry, and they're going to try to contest here onto Dit. He's got the cat box. Oh, that smoke might have blocked his vision. Nicely done from Secret Agent. A little espionage. Finds this duel, and now Danzin locked and loaded, waiting for it. But look at Taylor. A two-tap Reno is on the menu, and now with 10 seconds remaining, the plant's going to come through. Prey Gaming, they're going to try to go for this. They're going to try to see if they can find a kill. And oh, you can see JG tries to get quick on the shots. Secret Agent has to be able to win this kill. It's a swing and a miss. But now this thing is turned into the 1v1. This is risky. And once again, another 1v1 for Team 33. Man, I love this though. Like, honestly, for a lot of people that, you know, have been around, they know Freakazoid. This is what I love to see from a player like him. Again, he's always been that aggressive entry player. He likes to just get so aggro, finding those duels. I mean, like anybody, you know, that would not really be following the scene too much, like, oh yeah, he's top fragging. He's only 8 and 11. No. He's bringing impact to this game. He is completely opening space, and he is finding some, you know, good space for these guys, and you love to see it. If you're a Freakazoid fan and you've been around, and he's hunting for a little bit more. And that lower B, the pistols, they were packing a little bit of a punch, and now you can see Danzin. He actually does get away with a Galil, and he can't be able to find that kill. Thankfully, only one casualty against Team 33. Keeping the 4 alive is going to be just, again, growing this income a little bit. Now we're going to see the full gun round come back here for the CT side. No cash in the pocket here for the AWP, but I like the creativity, you know, for Prey. Like, they had the triple player into lower B. They had the one pushing in upper B. They're trying to really just do a little bit of a B tunnel crunch. They were hoping for something. You even had the Zeus out. That's just gross. But I love it. Three-two setup here from Prey. Gaudier and JG now, they're going to be the double player into B. They've actually kind of abandoned this mid control for the short time being. They were trying to get a little bit more of that control along A, or that A control, sorry, with if they were expecting Team 33 to be a bit more aggressive. Couple warning shots made in towards B tunnel. Now Zorky, he's just going to play behind the mid door tight on an angle. Can he be able to find this? This Molotov's actually going to flush him out. So now the tease. Oh, and even gets caught in the leg here with the AWP. Nicely done. A smoke here just to slow down this aggression. You can see Freakazoid, he's getting close. He was kind of hesitating for it. He's going to pop it open. But now he's kind of plundered the assist a little bit. unfortunately falls down. 56 seconds remaining onto this. And so now he does actually spot this. He's playing onto Goose, but again, he has no utility. There's nothing available. There's one flash remaining for the CTs. This is all about firefights. How is Danson getting away with this? This is nuts! There's no reason he should be able to swing like that and finding the triple kill. He is getting away with murder right now. And he's even just trying to do a little bit more. This is going to have to be a timeout called here for Team 33. This is all down to Secret Agent. A 1-on-5 attempt needed. And Danson is absolutely popping off right now. A star performance from him. The fact that no utility, nothing to work with, like I said, except for the gunfight. And he swings wide and gets away with a triple. That should never happen. Yeah, another tactical is going to be called. And, you know, it's funny, like, for me, like, when I've been covering, you know, for Team 33, I really didn't feel like I was seeing a lot of timeouts that are being utilized from these guys. Like, a lot of their games they've been competitive, but they've really been in a lot of control. Whereas this game, it's, you know, just kind of bringing back, like, how this was already kind of unfolding. Like, we had the 4-0 for Prey. We finally see Team 33 picking up a little bit more. Then it's been kind of, you know, picking up some good steam in the later portion of this first half. But they've really had to fight for this. And I mean, honestly, if we can see Team 33 end this half with a 6-6, that is a huge win for them, in my opinion, just because it felt like Prey was kind of really just, you know, out the floodgate. They were the ones that were making a massive statement. Oh, janky observing, my bad. Trying it again. Good shot, made a connection onto God here, though. So I'll help them. It's not a kill, but look, at least he's wounded. Double player into long here for Prey, and now just again, once leaving in Danson here to lock it, why not? He's been the absolute pillar of this team. He's been the anchor. It's been a sight to behold just watching him play on the CT side so far in the first half. And you can see Taylor, he's going to be aggressive onto this. He has the op. He's just hoping for this angle. A shoulder's given, but he can't find the connection. That lightning is definitely not striking yet. It's all just a storm right now. Mid-smoke's going to get thrown, and Dit's got the intel. He's kind of making that communication. Look, it could be a split B. And Freakazoid, he's going to be the one that swings wide, but he has nobody going for him on the trades. And now it's just going to have to be entry galore. And God here, I was saying he had 8 HP, and he's still fragging out. And he finds himself that last kill here to make it a 7-5, a flawless round for Prey to end this thing going into the second. Yeah, it really was a solid behold. Honestly, a lot of really good CT defense that we saw from Prey. Now it's going to be the biggest question about, you know, playing on the T side, right? Like we said in the beginning of this game, like this map, what I love about Dust 2 is like, it really is such a well-balanced map. Like when you talk about any professional level, the win percentages are so close, right? Like it just, like I said, it edges out on the T side, but like just barely, right? Where some maps, you know, like, look, we got to at least get 4 rounds on this side and then we can just kind of win out. Like, you know, that is a thing that could happen. But two of these teams right now, like we said, the top 4 positions, an undefeated Team 33, down by 2. It definitely makes you wonder what they're going to bring to the CT side and what they're going to do a little bit differently, because it did feel like they started super slow, right? That motor wasn't really running. It felt like they went in a bit cold. Then they really started to pick things up. They were getting a bit more warmed up. Then they were starting to play a little bit better. But it feels like Prey has been relatively consistent this entire game so far. You know, I mean, the rounds they lost were really, you know, you see an impact kill from someone like, you know, it'd be, you know, Freakazoid obviously for the entries, but then you're also kind of talking about, you know, some good impact kills from Taylor. Like he's been able to get himself, you know, here and there, some of these kills that are very, very important for opening. But nonetheless, we're ready to go in the second half. Oh, man. No way. They're just going to rush this. Prey's just going to go fully committed into this B site. Taylor with the nice duel, but can he find more? He will. He's still trying to find as much as he can. But look at triple player from the CT side. They're just going to bombard into the B tunnels. It's an absolute firing range right now. And these USPs, they're finally making some connection. And now Zorky, he is running. He is just trying to get out of there. But it might be a little too late. I was thinking maybe he could have tried to go a little bit more, but he gets caught. Freakazoid with a double kill. Taylor, like I just talked about, he finds himself that double. Honestly, getting that last kill with the limited bullets in the chamber, I really like that. And the fact that they even went for the triple player lower B as a rotate like that, I love that too. Like, they didn't split things off. I love that they played like the three-man unit. They played as a squad. That actually worked out very well for them, because you could see that Prey was like, oh, wait, who do we shoot? Like, what do we go for this? So, very nice work for them. A two-man stack, leaving it here for Horizon. Going to be that mid player. Smoke's going to block things off. It's been a little bit of a quiet game for him, so now Horizon maybe hoping to find himself kills. No! Oh, man! He just gets dumpstered on, and now Freakazoid, he's the one that's just trying to lock it down. And look at how well for Cobra to just find himself that double, but it seems to be Freakazoid with the 2, and then somebody else is just kind of getting the double stack as well. And this kind of goes back into what I was saying, right? Like we were saying, look, it could have been bad. It absolutely could have been messy. Like Horizon, you know, I was thinking that was a decent position for him to be in. He kind of was, I felt like he wasn't jiggling enough in my opinion. He kind of allowed that extra little bit of control that we saw from the tees to get that better angle, but it's got to be one of the most frustrating things, because Horizon's had a decent season. Like I know I've seen games where he's actually playing well. So this is one of those games where you're like, it's just not going his way. Good pot flash going to get thrown here, so Dit's going to be able to find himself that entry. Long aim control grabbed up here for Prey, so this is nice in terms of real estate. Now they have something a little bit to work with. Freakazoid, look at how aggressive he's just committed to this. Oh, he should be able to spot the head. Yeah, this is good for him to pull back. He doesn't need to overcommit to this. He can just, again, they're down the numbers. They have to be careful into this, and now they've even lost another player. And this is what I don't like right now for Team 33. With them being in the deficit, they have to be extra careful. Even right now, Horizon, he's getting aggressive in B tunnel. And he's trying to look for this duel, and he does. So him and Cobra do find the 2-piece quickly. And now Freakazoid, he might get this pop through. How does he get away with this? How does Freak find the timing of that? Beautiful. And that's a little bit of a fumble here from Prey. And now Zorky tested for the 1-on-3. Low HP for the remaining CT players, but they still get the job done. And now Team 33, they have put themselves in a lead position. Deagles across here for Prey. Nobody going to contest mid. You can see the Team 33, they went for the 3-man stack into long, so this allows Horizon just get this big pit control. I do like this. Cat is up for grabs, though. JG's been able to find the connection onto Taylor, so does that mean too much? Another duel that, you know, he was trying to go for and towards B, but Secret Agent takes him down, and Cobra. A sloppy duel, a labored one at that. Now actually allowing here for Prey, I mean, the man up. And they can also get this bomb down if they choose. Again, they don't have the utility. You can see Horizon doesn't really have a clue on this. They actually still don't have the full read. He has to be careful because, again, he's still playing this angle that he could get spotted. Plant's going to come through. And now Freakazoid just playing the one-man army. Oh. I was kind of hoping he was going to wait that out just a little bit more. This is a blunder of a round from Team 33. I was talking about them getting in the lead position, and look at how fastly they just let that one slip through their fingers. And that was Deagles. That was Deagles, folks. Like, that is just... That's even going to sting a lot more. This is the thing that I get, you know, again, this is where I get a little bit struggled with this because, like I said, you know, there was a situation where Freakazoid, he could have just waited things out. He died. That creates, you know, that three-man side they had. It turned into two. It's like going for the risk, but I don't know if the reward was really there. But we'll put the eyes on Freak. See, be able to find this. A little bit of a jiggle, and now him versus Did, and now Taylor. They use Freakazoid as the bait and switch. A little bit of shake and bake, if you will. Now Horizon gets himself two. Nicely done, but gets caught in the reload. So right back at it again. We see Team 33. Team 33. No. Oh, we don't like that. Taylor's already been able to go for the massive flank. He might be able to get the timing of this. He has to check the right side, though. Zorky's in lower. He's got a good position. Oh, no. He misses the shots, and now this is getting more sloppy. Secret Agent has to get there to save him, and now this thing, I don't know how they're in this position. Zorky's on a 4K, potentially on the ace. And you have Secret Agent right now with a 5-7, full HP with the armor, and a wounded Zorky, but he does have the flash and the HE, and he's equipped the AK, and he doesn't have the bomb, but he does have a bit of time to work with. $30 seconds remaining, too, for Secret Agent. This is where, again, he needs to kind of scope things out as much as he can, because he knows that bomb's there. Like, that communication has already happened. And as soon as he hears this noise cue, he either has to swing this right away, or he's going to have to allow this to happen. He's actually not even going to pick up the rifle either. Oh, no. He's actually going to allow this to happen. Now he's just going to run through it. He might be able to get the timing of this. Oh, and that plant from Zorky. Oh, man, he tried to go in towards the cat plant. He thought that maybe he was going all the way around, but Taylor to save the day. Again, the skin of their teeth surviving in this game. Man, this is an absolute nail-biter. I thought this would be good. I honestly did. As soon as I saw this match come up, I was like, okay, this could be decent. This could be actually quite sick, and man, oh man, it's delivering. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I'm glad you tuned in as well. It's been a hot minute since we've been on the stream. Glad we got it working. Ooh, Freakazoid taking some massive damage, and now Cobra. Gotta be careful. He does have Taylor close with him, though, but again, you have that MP9, but this is a decent position for Cobra to use this gun. I do like it, and actually now they're gonna go for the boost onto this box. Ooh, they're gonna even do the switcheroo as well. What is going on here? This is... some basic boosting 101, boys. Yep, there we go. Finally cleaned up a little bit better. Now, Dit just missing the spot of Secret Agent right there, but he's going to try to cross through this. He does have the AWP in hand. Takes down Secret Agent. Now, making lots of noise. That site is up for grabs, and again, Horizon, he's the one that's playing deep long, so if he can find this kill from God here, that's going to be huge, because again, that can allow him some space. He does create it now. He's got the smoke, and now you can see that, you know, Prey, they're kind of putting a lot of focus on him. Zorky's kind of got his crosshair loaded on this. They're waiting for it. And he has to find the timing. Nice little bit of a swing, and always making the shots. He's trying to do what he can with it. It's getting a little greasy here, Dit. Can't seem to find the kill, but now it's just down Horizon and Cobra. Cobra's getting aggressive. They do have that smoke available, but again, they don't have a kit, so this is the problem. Now they have to go for the defuse right away. Flash is going to get thrown. Another kill comes through, but they have to get on that defuse right away. They have to do it. No, they're going to have to run away. They're going to allow Prey to be able to find this round because they don't invest into a defuse kit. Oh, it is going to feel so bad. Yeah, he is. I mean, honestly, Horizon, like, there was a point, I think we were talking, he was 1-12, I think, or 1-11 or something. But yeah, like, he has turned it around. He really has, and it's a great big point you bring up, because really, I mean, that's what I was saying, is it just kind of feels like they aren't playing their full abilities like we normally have seen them in the season. So it's good to see that he's actually caught his second wind, and now he's starting to play a little bit more the way we have seen so far in this main season. Yeah, that's a purchase. And it's a lot of money invested for both these teams, right? I mean, Horizon's still sitting at that 2,100, but this is a big gun round here for Prey. They're going to put all the investment into it. I don't blame them. I mean, they got the bomb down, they got that round, but things are getting depleted. A 9-9 with a tie game. A double stack here to put that op into work here for Cobra. And it's going to be the late lurk of Dit that's actually trying to just, again, find the timing potentially onto Catwalk. Might be able to. Taylor caught with the utility, and he still gets away with it. And now Cobra just trying to buy his time a little bit here with the flash. He throws it onto Long, and you can see. And these T's are just making all these connections. 1, 2, 3. And it just falls apart. Like an origami, it just falls apart so fast. I just cannot believe it. Like, again, it looked decent. I thought Team 33, they were going to be able to lock it down. But somehow, in some way, we see that, you know, Prey Gaming, they're the ones that actually find these kills. They were kind of stuck onto ramp, and they just get these duels, and they make all the shots happen. Yeah, don't blink indeed. My goodness. Holy. These guys are definitely performing very well. I mean, honestly, again, like we said, like for Prey, like GG's, like, you know, statistically obviously doing quite well, but, you know, it was earlier on where, you know, Dit was the one that was finding, you know, these double kills, triple kills early. Danzin had himself a big first half. He's really slowed down a lot here for the second, but we're starting to see these guys, you know, they're relatively all in the same pace, whereas, like, you know, Team 33, we can see, you know, you can argue that, you know, Horizon and Secret Agent have kind of had a bit of a slower game, but like we just talked about, Horizon's the one that's, you know, he's the one that's actually put up some decent, you know, a bit of a rebound on this, considering he literally had 1 kill, so. Okay, this is a tough situation. We got Horizon with the M4, and then again, just working with the pistols. 3-man commit into Long. That rifle, ooh, man, it survives. 5 HP. That rifle's not going to be able to be picked up either. I think these guys actually took it away, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to see if they got rid of it. I think they did. That would have been a nice pickup here for Team 33. Horizon, he actually does kind of give this away to Cobra, but, I mean, I almost would like it if Taylor had it, just because he has the armor. I don't hate that Cobra does, but again, that's kind of that, you know, if Cobra doesn't win the duel, like, he's going to get caught with the aim punch pretty badly. Now this is a bit of a sandwich. So Team 33, they've actually done a good job just kind of containing them just for the time being, but Secret Agent, he's the one that's in mid-door. He's just going to wait things out a little bit longer. Nade's going to get thrown, and now it's a question, do I want to swing or do I want to wait? He's going to play this safe. A flash comes through. He gets blind as a bat. And now Cobra hoping to find the timing of this, and actually does get some good damage inflicted, but now he has to be able to get this boost quickly. He has to be able to find the timing of it. They're making lots of noise, and Zorky, I was just going to say, he's perfectly there. The right place and the right time. This could be a problem here for Team 33. They might have to bow this round out. Keep that M4 in the rotation if they can. But again, the players here from Prey, you have 3 players that are under 40 HP. Freakazoid tried to get a little bit of interest. Taylor can be able to save this gun. That wouldn't be bad, but now that M4 has been dropped, they knew exactly where he was. He should be able to escape with his life if he goes now. It's unfortunate for Horizon. He was in that position where he could have kept that M4 and then this AK2. That would have been a nice little bit of a transition here going into the following, but this is him just kind of playing Survivor, and he can't do it as well. So nice cleanup from Prey. The money's good, though. I mean, the money's decent for the CT side. I mean, it's not great for Cobra with 39, 38, but you do have that, again, the 4500s we saw. I think the op was already purchased. It was, so this is not bad at all. This is definitely a doable purchase here for Team 33. But they have to get this round. I mean, you're talking about now the 3 loss bonus. I mean, yeah, they have the cash kind of a little bit flowing in the wrong way, I guess, but they need to get these round wins and quickly. A lot of tension into this round, right? I mean, there's so much at stake. I mean, this could be map point potentially here for Prey. Pressure building up now against Team 33, a team, like I said, they've been undefeated. They haven't tasted a loss at all this entire season. And that conversation is becoming a reality at this point. But they're going to have to pull up the biggest clutch as much as possible. Cobra gets fed the one-on-one duel. Wins the engagement, so now the man advantage will shift back over here for Team 33. Oh, Horizon. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. It's such a risky play with the man up, and now look at that bomb is actually going to be able to make its way through into the site. And Zorky gets another kill into this. This thing is just, again, a round that should have been a lot different of a circumstance in some degree. Team 33. I just feel like they're making these like one-man pushes at times when I just don't think it's worth it. This could have been their round, and this could have been an 11-10 scoreline. So now Cobra, in pretty much a task that he has to clear every single angle, he gets this one kill. Instantly traded out. And now map point on the docket here for Prey Gaming. Yeah, I'm a big, you know, advocate for Europe and the players. Like, I don't always believe that, you know, playing aggressive is the play. Like, I feel like, again, the risk is really high. Like, I understand to get information. I understand that you want to kind of clear things out, potentially, to a certain extent. But I feel like that play of just pushing B tunnel by yourself with nobody else there, you had nobody nearby, you know, to like kind of lock that site if they needed or slow down aggression. It was costly. And yeah, he was completely smoked out. So it was kind of even more of a, way more of a gamble. It wasn't even like it was a clean, you know, push. Players on the catwalk now, and you can see Freakazoid might find the timing, does some big damage, but he can't get the kill. He was able to get down Dan's into 54, and now these kills are going through for Prey. Taylor can't be able to find it. This could be all over, and just Cobra, last man standing on a 1-on-5 with Wounded Tees and Prey Gaming. They're going to be able to find themselves handing the first loss potentially now to Team 33, unless we could see Cobra pull up the absolute Kobe, or the biggest clutch, I feel like, in this entire game. And they're feeding him one by one here. But again, you have to remember, he doesn't have the kit. He has to get moving here quickly. And that's going to do it. It's going to be a 13-9. And a nice amount of work here from Prey Gaming. 24-15 for JG. You have Zorky sitting at a 22-15. Not bad at all. A slow start for a team like Team 33, it really, I felt like, kind of cost them. Like I said, you saw the beginning, the 4 rounds went in favor right away. Finally, we get that little bit of a bounce back. It starts to get better in the later portion of the first half, but look at the amount of rounds that we just kind of see going back and forth, and then it was just full speed ahead here for Prey Gaming. Well. Honestly, really, really impressed with Prey Gaming. Like I said, they were fourth place. They were sitting themselves with only 2 losses this season. And Team 33, I mean, they're number one. They've already put themselves in playoff contention. Like, I mean, really, this isn't that big of a deal. I think it's more about like the clout, right? When you're kind of in that position where you've been undefeated, you've been able to, I don't want to say run over the competition, but they really have done a good job of just like dominating so far in Maine. Taking a loss here and right now, probably not the end of the world. You know, you may as well have the loss now before playoffs, but it definitely hurts. It definitely doesn't feel good. But I mean, I do like the fact that Team 33, they were able to kind of make this right back into a tough and competitive game and a really close encounter. But I really was impressed with like Zorky. I feel like almost everybody from Prey, really. Like I felt like even, you know, Gaudier that was sitting at like a 10-11, he was that player that still, he was able to find that one kill that could be some impact, right? He was that guy that was able to create a little bit of space as well. Did had a magnificent first start in the first half. Danzin was just unstoppable. Like he was getting away with so many duels that he shouldn't have. But look, I mean, that's what it is. That's Counter-Strike, right? That's the beauty of it. But look, I really appreciate you guys watching. And again, you know, just a quick recap. I am doing this for the ESEA League Next Big Caster. So I will be covering a few more games as we keep going on. But definitely appreciate you guys being here. Really appreciate it. It's been fun to get back into this. And hopefully we can make it to that final voting. And maybe have that opportunity to work at EPL, but we'll have to see. We'll have to wait. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. It's very exciting. A lot of great casters that are in this competition. So definitely appreciate it. But look, that's going to be it for us tonight. It's just the best of one. So we'll be back another day, another time, and we'll see you later. Thanks so much.